Take number 27. So, what's up, guys? Let's hop right into this, alright? Most inexperienced counselors die in the first couple of minutes of a match. This is because they don't know where they are or where they're going. This can be so frustrating, demotivating to play, but there are a few factors why this is happening to you. Okay, factor 1, you're starting the match off at a hotspot zone, meaning Jason is most likely going to be around these areas at the very start of the match. Factor 2, you don't have a map, so you're aimlessly running to your first or second house, then bam, Jason pops up. What the hell? How? What you don't know, but Jason does, is where the phone fuse house is located on the map. So when you're running, could be in the very area Jason is lingering. Okay? Factor 3, are you using the correct perks to help your playstyle and increase your survivability? Don't worry, we will talk all about the perks in this. Factor number 4, the character you decide to choose when you're chilling with your homies in the lobby is going to determine the playstyle and survivability you have in the game. So take that all into consideration. By now you must be saying, yes Vaughn, yes, that's what happens to me, man. But how do we stop this from happening and make sure we choose the right character for your playstyle? Well, there are a few things that you're going to want to take into consideration. 1, when you're choosing your character in the lobby, you're going to want to think about characters that have stats which make it hard for Jason to find you. You want to focus on stats like stealth, composure, luck, but you also want to keep in mind you got to have some speed and stamina. Nothing great though, that'll be fine. So those stats, stealth is the skill that allows us to walk, open doors, drawers, go into hiding, and install things quieter than our survivor companions. Composure, probably one of the most important skills in terms of staying off Jason's radar. This skill reduces the rate that fear increases and makes it easier to break free from Jason's grab. Fear is one of the largest issues a counselor will have to deal with while playing. Fear is a direct result of being pursued by Jason, being isolated, and being in the dark. Discovering a dead body will also increase your fear. The more fearful you are, the easier it is for Jason to sense you. To mitigate and reduce fear, counselors should find lighted buildings, hide in various hiding spots, stick close to other counselors, and reduce your noise as much as possible. The quicker you run and the faster you open doors, the more noise you create. Luck. Luck is kind of a bonus skill which increases weapons durability, which allows you to deliver more blows to Jason, but more importantly, for our particular liking, it gives minor increases to many other stats, meaning our composure, repair, speed, stamina, stealth, and strength all receive a tiny boost to its stat. Then you have speed. Well, that's important. It's simple though. It controls how fast you can run at a top speed. And lastly, you have stamina, which controls how long you can run and determines how much stamina drains when performing actions such as combat and running. Okay, that's great, Vaughn. So who do I choose? Well guys, I'll show you 4 characters that have proven solid for this kind of playstyle. Ranking at number 1, we have AJ Mason. She has 10 out of 10 stealth, 7 out of 10 composure, 1 out of 10 luck, 4 out of 10 both on speed and stamina. This combination allows you to stay super hidden and still gives you the benefit of being able to run decently, being able to keep out of Jason's reach just enough. The added bonus to this character is the 7 out of 10 repair boost, which provides another element to your game later on in matches. Not only can you survive, but you can thrive by being able to help teammates install stuff, leading to your escape. Ranking in at number 2, we have Jenny Myers. She has a 10 out of 10 composure, 8 out of 10 luck, 6 out of 10 stealth, 3 out of 10 speed, and 5 out of 10 stamina. This array of skills allows you to be highly stealthy and keeps you off of Jason's radar, making it extremely difficult for him to track you, causing him to find easier targets. The speed is on the lower side, but this is more than enough to keep you out of Jason's grasp. Ranking in at number 3, we have a favorite of mine, which is Deborah Kim. With a 5 out of 10 in composure, 3 out of 10 in luck, 9 out of 10 in stealth, 4 out of 10 in speed, and a 3 out of 10 in stamina. Kim is a decently balanced character for the sneaky type of playstyle, allowing her to get around the map unnoticed. I personally enjoy using Kim for her sneaky sly style. The upside to using Kim is her 10 out of 10 repair. 10 out of 10 for repair, which makes installing anything super quick, done in a matter of 2 seconds, and doing it super quietly. And lastly, ranking in at number 4 is our homeboy Kenny Riddle, who is straight 5s across the board. We got 5 out of 10 composure, 5 out of 10 luck, 5 out of 10 stealth, 5 out of 10 speed, and 5 out of 10 stamina. This 100% allows for the most balanced playstyle you can get, preparing you for any situation you might find yourself in. The great thing about Kenny, and all counselors for the matter of fact, is perks are interchangeable and can be used to manipulate specific stats to boost the skills you want and enhance your playstyle. Now that you have the characters, let's show you what kind of perks you should consider using when playing as one of these 4 counselors. Actually, before I get started, one thing you should know is all perks roll different values. Perks can be of poor, common, uncommon, rare, and epic value, epic being the best. Also, each perk that is rolled will consist of different positive and negative values, so you have the chance to roll perks much better than values that you see here in the ones I'm showing you in this video. Here we have the homebody perk. The way it works is it gives you less chance of being detected by Jason's sensibility while you're indoors. This means if Jason does use his sensibility, it will possibly not cause the house to light up red, which is what it does when it shows Jason there's someone in the house. So this, it gives you the chance that he'll actually completely miss the detection and won't find you. So this increases the sense avoidance chance by 18% in this case, and it decreases the overall stamina by 4%. My opinion is that this is a great perk throughout the whole game, but it's very useful at the start of matches when you'll be spending a large portion of time in houses. So this perk will decrease the likelihood that Jason can sense you and actually pinpoint your location. This perk here is a must. Preparedness allows you to start with a large map and also provides some resistance to the fear effects. It increases fear reduction in this case by 5% and only decreases sprint by 2%. If you're lucky, you can get a much higher roll for fear resistance and sometimes even 0% sprint decrease. Now, the best part about this is starting with a large map. As I said at the start of this video, most counselors die in the first 2 minutes of a match because they don't know where they are and where they're going. This map will allow you to quickly judge if you are in a hotspot and make a calculated decision where to go. If you don't know where spots are, don't worry. Later in this video, I'll post some screenshots of maps and I'll talk to you about the areas you want to avoid.
Oh my God.
This perk here, I'll touch on quickly. Night Owl basically reduces fear penalties from darkness. This adds a 47% darkness fear resistance bonus with no negative values. This can be used if you don't have the large map perk, and it's more handy for later on in the game. Low Profile is an amazing perk. It gives you faster movement speed while crouched and a chance to avoid Jason's sensibility no matter where you are on the map. This is a must perk that will increase your survivability at the start of matches immensely. Level-Headed is a perk that I wish that I had a better role on it, because I think it is a perk that has the value to be a top perk for staying hidden in Friday the 13th. Again, like Low Profile, this perk gives you a chance to completely avoid Jason's sensibility throughout the match. This perk is absolutely phenomenal, and with higher sense avoidance chance, this perk would be amazing. As for what perk you're going to use for each of the counselors, I'll briefly go over that with you. AJ, you're going to use the map perk, Low Profile perk, and homebody perk. Jenny Myers is the same as AJ. You're going to use the map perk, Low Profile, and homebody again. As for Kenny, we keep the map perk, we switch homebody with fear resistance because he has a low composure and still keep low profile. And Kim will be the exact same as Kenny, use the map perk, fear resistance, and low profile. So earlier on I promised maps that would further show you the areas you should avoid going to at the start of a match. I'll even show you where you're going to want to go on each map. On Camp Crystal Lake, for obvious reasons, you're going to want to avoid Birch Ridge, which has two possible locations for the phone fuse house to spawn. If you happen to spawn in this area and Jason teleports to it, you know the fuse house is there, or you have a special Jason playing in your game. You have the option of running to the furthest house south, moving along to the west, or running northwest to the house furthest north at Camp Hillbrook. If you spawn in Springwater, you should immediately run to the house most west. Following next is the restroom, and then at the end destination being one of the houses in Camp Hillbrook. Typically, if you spawn at the phone house in the bottom left corner and Jason shows up, you can just run to the house north by the boat and you should be fine. Jason usually won't waste much time in that area, knowing that the car needs to be booby trapped still. On the Paganak map, there are more houses to go further away from Jason's range than on Crystal Lake. If you spawn at Paganak Lodge, regardless if the phone fuse box is there or not, you're going to want to run northeast, skipping the first two houses until you get more experienced as a counselor. If you spawn at the house to the south of Paganak Lodge, you're going to want to run southeast to the first house in Flat Rock and make your way through those houses. If you spawn at the house on the east at Palmer's Pass, you have the option to run either northwest or south to Flat Rock. It is my advice to say your best bet is probably Flat Rock, since it's furthest away from any possibility of running into Jason. And if you spawn in the north, there's only one way out, and that's going to the southwest. On the Higgins Haven map, I find it to be very hard to survive when spawning in the southwest at Blair's Cove and in the south at Stillwater. If you do spawn in Blair's Cove, make your way southeast till you get to the bridge and get to Stillwater Camp. If you spawn in Stillwater, run directly north to Evergreen Camp. It is far enough away from everything that you should be good. If you happen to spawn in the far east, no worries, just head over to the north at Hardy's Trail. As for good old Higgins Haven, this is like a death trap. Everything to the east and south are so far away, and there's no protection in the west, so it's your best bet to head to the north to Higgins Camp and hope you can loot some items and meet up with some teammates there. Keep in mind, if Jason somehow picks up your scent, you can bunny hop through house to house just to kill time till you can meet up with some other survivors. And do remember, these tips are based on if the phone house is at your spawn location at the start of a match or Jason teleports directly to you. Well, there you have it on how to survive as a counselor. I hope you learned something that you can use in the game to start kicking some Jason ass. Anyways, it's time to wrap this up. Thanks for watching your boy, that diabetic guy Vaughn. Deuces.